the intoxicating smell of the graveyard. Once a year, we gather beneath our family tree to honor the great cycle of life and death. Count every member of our clan, living, dead, and undecided. And let us celebrate what it is to be an Addams. Come to me, my luscious wife, for she has skin so fair, eyes so black, a thrust cut down to Venezuela. And tell us what it is that every Addams hopes for.
Darkness and grief and unspeakable sorrow.
Oh, I love it when you talk sense.
When you're an Addams, you got to have a little more light. When you're an Addams, you need to feel a little chill. You have to see the world in shades of gray. You have to put some poison in your day.
That's the way
When you're an Addams, you need to have a sense of humor.
When you're an Addams, you need to have a taste for death.
Who cares about the world outside and what it wants from you? When you're an Addams, you do what Addams always do.
Amor,
Will you love me forever and ever?
we shall be as besotted as the night we met.
Our first date, you took me to see.
Death of a salesman.
How will you laugh?
When you're an Addams, you got to have a lot of passion.
When you're an Addams, you need to really love your wife.
At least once a day.
You're happy when your toes are in the mud. You smile and make the moment you so good. When you're an Addams, you need to grab a bow and arrow. When you're an Addams, you need a moment to explode. Just pour a potion, lift the switch, and wait till things get hot. When you're an Addams, you have to really stir the pot. So give us shadows and give us glue, broken glass in a motel room, something fun we can all exhume and give it all tonight.
And on this night, we summon the beloved ancestors. Why do we do this?
Because living or dead, family is still family.
Yes, and how do we do this?
By dancing under graves!
Yes, dance, my manifesta. Time to wake the dead. You know what that means? Line dance. Bunny hop. Rigor mortis.
everyone. Oh wait, it's Halloween. Good evening and welcome to the student-directed fun acts. Everything you see tonight is directed by students, cast by students, chosen. Forget it, I can't do that all night. All right, welcome. I was just reminded that this is the first time we've been able to do something live on stage for 2 years. I get a little emotional about that. Anyway, so thank you for being here for our opening night. The energy that you just saw is evident throughout everybody backstage. They're all so excited. I'm so excited to have a lot of our older students that have now, they missed their good chances to do shows for the last couple of years, and so now they're really excited to do this one. And then we have a bunch of new people that have just joined us, and it's just watching their faces and the excitement and how this all works and puts together is just so exciting for me to watch this happen. A couple of things before we go any farther. Gentlemen, if you haven't found the restroom, it's across the quad on the other side. Please use that one. Please do not try to go through here to get to those handicapped restrooms. There's too many things and too many people in the way, and I don't want to have to call an ambulance if you trip over something. Please also, these little cheer mats that we've made some makeshift walls out of to kind of help contain the sound are very flimsy and will fall over if you touch them, so please stay away from those. If you have your cell phone with you, please take it out now and put it in airplane mode. Because if you get a phone call, it will interrupt with some of our microphone frequencies. So please take care of that and get that out of the way first. All right. As they are setting up for the next thing, like I said, each of the one acts tonight, each of the pieces has been chosen by students. And they took the time to direct it, choose it, and all of that. And each time I'll have the students come out and talk about some of their experiences that they had, why they chose it, things like that. Also, to fill some of the time, I'm going to share with you some of the nightmare stories that have happened to me and some of my friends on stage, since it is Halloween, and all I can think of what are the scariest things that have happened to me, and that's been experiences that I've had on stage, which I'll get to for some of those. All right, so first off, acting is probably, I won't say the only, but the only profession I know of where if you make a mistake, you have to figure out how to cover that mistake so that nobody knows. Sometimes rhyming with lyrics, sometimes keeping in tempo with the music, sometimes finding a dance step, all while hundreds or thousands of people are watching you, and you don't want them to even know that you made the mistake. And sometimes this happens either here or on Broadway or wherever, anywhere from, I've had tap shoes fall apart and the tap go flying off into the audience. I've had, I've almost changed history because I was doing 1776 playing Dickinson in the Second Continental Congress, and he was the only one that, as far as we know, voted against the Declaration of Independence. I almost voted for it because, I wanted it. At 1776, crazy story. You're watching all these actors arguing about how they're going to sign the Declaration, and when I first saw it, I sat there going, wait, did we declare independence or not? Are we going to win? What? It's an amazing show. Anyway, so I've had that. I've also had, I was in a production of Just an Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I was playing brothers, all 12 of the brothers, and one of the actors didn't show up that night. And so the stage manager noticed a friend of ours in the audience, and she went out to him and said, hey, one of the brothers is missing. Could you come on stage and do the part? You just got to run on, say the brother's name. And he's like, okay. He never practiced it, never did it with us before that. So he runs out, gets in the costume, runs out, is a car, and then runs up, and the guy playing Jacob, the father, looks and goes, who are you? What? and then so he kind of stands with us and does the first little opening number, just kind of looking at us, trying to do the movement, and then the stage manager kind of whispers at him, and he slinks off the stage, and the actor who was supposed to be there, who was late, comes back on, and then finishes the show. My friend goes back to sit down and realizes the woman next to him is petrified, because she's never been to theater before, and she thought this is what they did. That somebody would come to the audience and say, hey, come join us. So, all right. So our first one act was that. When You're at Addams, it was directed by Kaylee Cervantes, and I'll have Kaylee come out and talk a little bit about why she chose that and her process for it. Where's Kaylee?
Hi everyone, how y'all doing tonight? All right, so a couple of years ago,
My freshman year, we did the Addams Family, but unfortunately it was never put on stage because of COVID. So to pay tribute to that, I chose for my one act to do When You're in Addams, and it's just been the most wonderful experience ever. My cast is just so incredibly talented, as you just saw, and they are just the most incredible people to work with, and I'm so grateful to put this out for you guys. So I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
We didn't say it before, that was Carousel Gatsby. As you will see, we'll pepper a few little solo numbers in between things tonight. While they're setting up the next thing, some of the times the things that happen are wardrobe malfunctions, and I've got a good one that I'll save till later for myself. But things like, I had a friend, Renee, a dancer, we were in a Christmas show together, and she's supposed to do what they call a shooting star lift, where the guy would grab her, she'd run toward him, he'd grab her hip and grab her hand and lift her into the air, and she'd be like this, up in the air. When she went to run toward him, he put his hand up, grabbed his hand, and before he could get his hand on her waist, he accidentally stepped on her dress. As he lifted her up and put his hand, before his hand got to her hip, her dress went completely off. And so he's holding her up in the air, and she's thinking, oh, this is great, this is wonderful. She realizes she does nothing but her bra and her underpants on in front of children for a Christmas show up there. And so he does the spin, lets her down, and she, incredible professional, does this graceful little turn, goes down, swoops up her dress, throws it over her shoulder, and then goes, sits down in the corner, and drapes it over herself so she's somewhat decent. And all you could see was this happening. And we thought she was crying because we thought she was laughing so hard she couldn't control herself. So, all right. We're almost ready. I'll save my bloody finger story till later. It's gross. All right. So this is Monster Council, directed by Olivia Jacques. And where is she? There she is.
Hey guys! So, Monster Council, I wrote it myself. Started off as an idea I proposed to my parents when we were folding laundry, as all good ideas are made. Hey Mom, what if I wrote a script about a group of classic monsters trying to figure out why they're not scary anymore? And my mom went, oh my God, Olivia, that's such a good idea. You should write it. As all supportive mothers do. And it sat on the back burner for like 2 weeks on my iPad. And then I wrote it, and it was really great. And I remember casting for the show during auditions, and the cast literally blew me away when they were auditioning. Like, I thought I wasn't gonna have any turnout, but I remember Mr. Webb kept telling people, hey, you should go audition for Monster Council. I think that'd be really good. And so I got a ton of people. And this cast really stuck out to me, because they took the characters I had in mind, and they carried them like way into the universe. Like, they took it and ran. And it's such a funny, fun-loving show, and it's great to watch, like for me personally, and I remember it's just so great, and I'm really glad and stoked you guys are here to watch it tonight, because that means everything to me that I finally got here as a junior. And I'm just really proud of this cast, and I hope you will be too after you watch this. Everybody, this is Monster Council, written and directed by myself.
Greetings, Wolfman.
How are ya?
I am feeling as radiant as the morning sun.
Aren't you? They ask me how I am.
And why would I do that?
I suppose no soldiers ask how I am faring. Oh, let me take a guess. Fair's found, foul's faring. Oh, silence thy tongue, lest I cut it out of your gaping mouth. Stay to terrify me not now, for thine face resembles next hand. But just as well you walk as though you just fell. Their arguments wake the dead. 'Tis fine, a regular occurrence among witches.
That must be rather interesting to live with.
Well, if it lies within the realm of the known, then I shall continue as usual, unbothered.
You're very wise.
Too kind, too kind. You make me flush with this reckless heart. It is as they say that the youngest of the three is far better than their seniors. However, perceiving my kin could lead to the suspicion that the caliber of my own intelligence lies, well, substandard. I'll cast away my prattle. Shall we sit?
Yes, of course.
When do you believe the Invisible Man shall get here?
Give it time. I'm sure you'll be here
All right.
any minute now.
This is a particularly long minute.
Oh, where on the 7 continents is that invisible man?
I'm right here, you know, and I'm not a guy either.
Pardon?
Yeah, I've told you guys several times now.
Jeez, transfer misogyny for me. Well, it is rather hard to figure out when there is nothing there to see.
Yeah, but I don't see people saying the same thing about you. You're covered in the images.
That does not stop me from being positively radiant.
I'm a raging narcissist.
I am a goddess, you know.
The matter of Monday settled, I say. I now find issue with the absence of Dracula.
Greetings, esteemed members of the council.
Dracula, always lovely to see you flying around.
Yeah, welcome. Or should we say, welcome.
Well, to move beyond that rather gloomy welcome, I suppose we can get started on our meeting, yes?
Excellent.
And so, this meeting on Friday the 13th of October is now officially in session for the Council of Monsters.
This better be more interesting than the last few meetings.
Bah, such boring niceties in a sea of wanton madness. I myself is not that.
Oh, silence. Such mortals like yourself could never understand the intricacies of the council.
Mortals? Mortals? This walking corpse dares to deem us witches. And mortals? How I'd laugh.
Silence among the council, please. Wolfman, kindly read us the agenda for today, please.
Of course. The question posed by the council to address during the duration of this meeting is, why are we as monsters not scary?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, I suppose it could be the zombie clan on the rise again.
No, they peaked with Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Alright, now let's discuss this question in an orderly manner, shall we? Now, would anyone like to start this discussion? Oh, you may speak, Mummy.
Thank you. I believe that they are not scared anymore because of their imbecilic little phones. Kids these days are too busy going on their Insta chats and Snapgrams to truly be scared of us.
Just like I have prophesied.
Oh, like the cogs of a clock, this council meeting shall go as the gods above have planned.
I honestly disagree, Mommy.
And why is that?
Well, the rise of technology actually led to horror becoming more popular with video games, newer movies and all that. It's not that they can't get scared anymore, it's that they're scared of new things now.
Yes, and finally, Danelle did not put our case much in that pocket. Good. So, does any party have a proposition concerning how we can become Australia? Anybody? Anyone at all? Really? Nobody?
I've been raising my hand the whole time now.
Sorry. Invisible man, you may speak.
Invisible woman. Shouldn't have to say it a dozen times. Anyways, maybe we could play their game with them. You know, jump scares and gore and stuff.
It's a fair proposal, invisible woman. It would be easy to pull off if done right. At least.
What does the rest of the council say to this?
I second this new proposal.
If the errors lie within our own methods, then our methods require change, transformation.
Yes. I could not have uttered such eloquent rhetoric myself. What say thee?
I second it. Invisible man.
Woman.
Yeah, woman. But I have to ask, how do we do all the gory stuff? That's all blood and guts, and that either means we have to hurt ourselves, which nobody wants to do, or we we have to buy supplies like the little humans. Aside from that, JavaScript is going to really accomplish these screens. Me being the most human and the human life specialist, I made the executive decision to buy myself something called an iPhone to see in real time how humans are in their natural habitat. Here, come see. See, they have this app called TikTok that lets you watch videos and they post them. And this is what it looks like.
Is this absolutely necessary?
What happens when you open it?
Well, when you open it, you can watch videos that you post. Watch. Ignore that. Anyways, as I was saying before, this is really the only way we can go about this on that idea, Dracula.
I suppose modernization could occur. After all, I myself have taken advantage of these new blood drives.
Dracula, I cannot believe you. We can't subject ourselves to the same methods as humans. We are vicious. We are powerful. We are monsters.
I hear what you're saying, Mum, but if this change is
But it
necessary...
does not need to be done. I say we wipe out all devices on Halloween night and make them look up for once. I was a pharaoh. My military expertise was unmatched. Is unmatched.
That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Well, I think it's brilliant.
Oh, like you have any say in the conversation.
Can't we all just get along, you guys?
Shut up.
Order, please.
You never like any of my ideas for me. It's always me, myself, and I with you. You're not a goddess, you know.
You might as well be talking about yourself right now, for I am ethereal!
Oh, says the girl covered in bandages and holding a mirror.
Well, at least I can see myself in a mirror.
Why don't you arguing as well?
Forsaking conclusion, if I earn my fair share of time's wit, then I am aware that participation by a violin is a burning at the stake.
How fair of you to spout such nonsense, crying of many insanities.
Why, you, and so reviewed pursuits. Well, I am left to fester away with your petty dispute to end. Why will you into this battle with reckless abandon? I deserve the respect you have owed me for eons to come.
Do not threaten news of hatred with your elders?
Oh, but she is your elder as well.
Bah!
What have we come to as monsters? And we are subjected to infighting and constant conflict. We are better than this. Tonight, we came to figure out why we're no longer scary. But I think I found our answer now. Us all arguing, jumping around, screaming, acting like monkeys, it makes us look ridiculous. We might as well just be a circus. Mommy, you have good ideas, but that's all good for the Middle Ages. Things change. Can't you at least try to open your mind somewhat to these newfangled ideas? Can't we all?
Well, I do believe you're right. Perhaps I was a little set in my ways.
A little?
Let me have my moment. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted.
Wrong way, Mummy. You're wrong way again. Why would I be back with you? I'm not over there.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. As I was saying, perhaps I could get behind these modern ideas for a change. Maybe. If I'm in the right mood.
Oh, I consider that good progress.
Indeed. Thank you, Mommy. I greatly appreciate your apology. I do believe the rest of the council does as well. Is that correct? Perhaps you all simply just not hear me. I asked you, is that correct?
Yeah. Thank you, Dracula.
But of course, my dazzling Lily.
I love a man who worships me.
Oh. Yuck. Well, anyways, I'm gonna head out. Wolfie, still have a drink of yours?
Of course, I'd love to. I love Dr. Pepper, your favorite.
Oh, how sweet. After you.
When shall we three meet again in thunder, lightning, or rain? When the hurry bows die, and when the battles last and won. That will be ere the setting sun. Where the place? Upon the heath, there to meet with Miss Beth.
Well, I do believe we can consider that annual meeting a success, yes.
Indeed we could. Shall we return to your castle before morning?
Of course, but before it's dreadfully cold.
Colder than you, my Prince of Darkness.
Oh, never.
Sometimes the nightmares that happen to us on stage are things that we personally didn't have control over and that just happened and have to go with it. I was in a Christmas show a few years back, and my friend Renee was one of the principal dancers, and in the show, she does what is called this shooting star lift. What happens is her dance partner puts his hands out and grabs one hand as she runs toward him, and then another hand on her hip, and then lifts her into the air, and she does this beautiful star kind of lift in the air, and it's gorgeous and beautiful every single time. One night, as he went to reach for her hand, and before he could get his hand onto her hip, his foot stepped on the corner of her dress. As he went to lift her up, her dress went whoosh, completely off. He lifts her up into the air, and she is sitting up there like this, thinking, oh, this is beautiful, this is wonderful. And all of a sudden she realizes she's wearing nothing but a bra and underpants at a Christmas show in front of children. And she's petrified at this moment. He lets her down, and in good form, she gracefully turns around, sweeps around, picks up her dress, throws it over her shoulder, runs over to the side of the stage, and covers herself as much as she possibly could. But then all we see is this. We think, oh, she's crying, she's so embarrassed, can't stand it, can't take it. And then we find out that she's laughing as hard as she possibly, trying to contain the laughter because she thought it was so funny that this happened to her. Like I say, some things completely out of her control, and we just go on and make it like it was completely planned and done on purpose. All right, I think we're about ready. So, another one of our solos tonight, we have Olivia Jacques in Bird.
Saved every letter you wrote me. From the moment I read them, I
All eyes ever react when you broke her heart. You were torn apart, I'm watching you burn. I'm watching it burn. The world has no place in our bed. They don't get to know what I said. I'm burning the memories, burning the letters that might have been you. You forfeit all rights to my heart. You forfeit a place in our bed. You sleep in your own bed instead. Knowing I'm memories of what you were. I hope that you I sense there's something in the wind that feels like tragedies at hand. And though I'd like to stand by you, can't shake this feeling that I have. The worst is just around the bend. Does he notice my feelings for you? And will he see how much he means to me? What will become of my dear friends? Where will his actions lead us then? And though I'd like to join the crowd, enthusiastic loud, try as I may, doesn't last. And only end up together. But I think not. It's never to be part, for I am not the
Hey, Miss Cervantes. All right. Since it's Halloween, I thought I'd tell you some of my blood-related stories. I've had my chin hit the ground and blood dripping while I'm trying to sing and all this kind of stuff. But here's one of the worst. I was doing a show called Singing in the Rain, based on the movie. Have you seen it? Thank you for saying yes. It's the most iconic movie musical of all time. It's actually rated by the American Film Festival as the #1 movie musical of all time. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's amazing. Anyway, in the show, I'm playing the part of Don Lockwood, which was played by Gene Kelly in the movie. And there's a part where he tries to tell the girl that he's been trying to get to like him the whole show, that he's in love with her. And he takes her into an empty soundstage, because the whole show is about movies in the early days. And he flips on the fog, and he flips on the lights, and makes it all very romantic. In our production, we were lucky enough to not just have a live orchestra in the pit in front of us, but we put them on the stage behind us. And we added a line of, and a live orchestra, and I'd reach behind me and pull the stage pins out of the floor and open up these huge doors, and it was just breathtaking. The audience every night was just, because the lighting and the orchestra there, it was just gorgeous. Well, about 3 weeks into the production, I reached down to pull up the stage pin, and I don't know how it happened, but somehow the corner of the stage pin caught my finger and ripped the layer of skin on my finger. And all I could think of was, I have to sing a love song and dance. with my finger like this. So I think, all right, I push, I roll the skin back down over, and hold my finger like this, just so that it won't bleed anymore, and I don't lose the skin and all that kind of stuff. So all right, we'll just go with it. And so I started the song, "You Are My Lucky Star," and I reach my hand out to Kathy Selden to do the dance, and she's like this. You know, because my hand was a mess. So we do the whole scene, the audience has no idea what's going on, but it's beautiful and gorgeous, and then I have to run backstage, and this show is amazingly fast costume changes every single moment of the show. So I'm running off stage, and I've got to unbutton my shirt to change into the next costume, but my fingers are now dried and glued together from the blood, and I can't undo the buttons, and so I'm doing it with one hand, and then I get a stagehand over there, and they're trying to separate my fingers, and eventually rip it open again. So now I'm bleeding all over the place, trying not to get it on my costume while they're bandaging me up, while I'm trying to frantically change my clothes at the same time. And so I go into the next scene with my head just wrapped with this big old bandage, and I go on with the next scene, and we made it work, and the audience had no idea what had happened, but I couldn't believe that this happened to me while on stage in front of thousands of people. It's an incredibly crazy story. All right, so, oh yes, the next one act, again, written by a student, and I'll have Nadia Guzman come out and tell you about it.
Hello, wow, what a big crowd. Okay, so as Mr. Webb said, this is written and directed one act that I took to heart, that I wanted to write because, I mean, this is the first time I ever get to direct anything. And since the last show, I'll say a little bit of something about the whole theater guild and just putting up this whole show. So when I was a freshman, I had no idea what I wanted to do when I got into high school. And I was really passionate about doing theater, putting up these productions, putting up stories, displaying characters, and just going with it as I go. And I did one act in the year 2019, and I was confused as to what it was until I actually got in the show. I was in, I believe it was 2 productions, one called 12 Angry Pigs and one called Roll Over Beethoven, where I played a crazy piano teacher. And just the energy that I got from not only the directors and not only from the people surrounding One Acts, but from everyone, from the tech to Mr. Webb to everyone doing their own thing in One Acts. It's a lovely environment, and for those of you who go to Notre Dame who are unsure of what you want to do in theater, just honestly go for it. I recommend it. Putting up this show this year, especially after this pandemic, has been a true blessing, and just the overall environment in here is great. And I just want to give a big shout out to the cast of Fantastic. And just a little bit about the show is that it's a vampire that goes to a sleepover, and she doesn't know how to fit in because it's obvious, she's a vampire. How do you fit into a sleepover of humans? And I feel like this is something we can all relate to, because I feel like we've all at one point been lost and didn't know what we want to do or who we were as people. And if you haven't felt this way, stop lying. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I give you a fantastic sleepover.
Darling, stop worrying so much. You'll darken the moon.
But Mom, my friends will literally be here in any minute.
So, the live at the moon looks nice, and besides, yeah, we just moved in like 2 months ago. Don't worry about what your friends might think.
It's not the house or me that I'm worried about. It's more, I'm more worried about how Scarlett will feel around them.
Scarlett? Oh, you mean that friend of yours you met towards the beginning of our stay?
Well, duh.
Well, what's so wrong with Scarlett? She's a lovely little soul, that one. I mean, from what you've told me about her.
Well, Scarlett can be a little different.
Sweetheart, she can't be any more different than we are.
It's not, it's harder to say out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, once you meet her, you know exactly what I mean.
Oh, how so?
That's how.
Hi, Emily. Sorry, Emily. The air traffic was a mess tonight. Oh, and you must be Emily's mother.
Scarlett, it's so lovely to meet you.
Oh, it's lovely meeting you too. Say, what a nice costume you have.
Oh, thank you, dear. It was my grandma's.
My mom sent away to a Halloween party. It's been a tradition for them ever since they were kids.
That's right, dear. Oh, besides, what time is it?
Just past sundown, Mrs. Salem. Presumably 6:05.
Oh, Emily, make sure to feed cackles swallowing one. Scarlet, it was so good to meet you. I'm so glad my Emily has a friend like you.
Why, thank you, Mrs. Salem.
Oh, and Emily, don't do anything I did your age.
Like what?
Well, if you're lucky, you won't find out.
Your mother is lovely, and she is quirky. She is really quirky. Her accent's not even real. So, how do you feel about tonight?
Well, I'm kind of feeling uneasy. I'm more concerned about what your friends will think about me, especially if the word slips out about me being, you know.
Oh my gosh, they'll love you even if you choose to keep your secret.
I'll be okay. Just promise you'll be there for me.
Of course I will.
I'm just scared I'll panic and lose control of my capabilities. Not only that, I can't even have normal human snacks other than water.
That's totally okay. You can say you like, I don't know, able for coming over.
But still, what if they notice? What if they see my fangs? What if they see I have a reflection? And what if they see everything?
You just can't be too concerned about those things.
Emma, I almost gave my identity away last month to a stranger.
I mean, it was way too dark outside to see a bat turn into a person. I'm sure you'll be fine.
But still, what if I start giving away hints tonight?
Even if something does happen, we can totally figure something out. If you want, you can have my mom's spoiled dog as a cover animal. Cackles? Ugh. Honestly, you can keep them. I never liked them anyways. Hold on.
Hey guys. Hey Addams. Wow, what a big place you've got here.
Yeah, totally. It reminds me a lot of that one movie where Johnny Depp plays that scissor-looking dude.
Doesn't look like a scissor, you dum-dum. He has scissor hands. That's literally his name. Edward Scissorhands.
Edward? No. That's the name of the hot-looking man.
Oh my gosh, please let's not have this discussion right now.
Just saying. I'd like to introduce you guys to my friend Scarlett. She doesn't actually go to our school, but we're really good friends. Want to say something?
Hello. I'm Scarlett.
Hi, I'm Robin. I don't like people.
Me neither. At least, especially when they're bugging my family for being vampire. I mean, campfire lovers.
People have their differences. Say, why don't I call you Red? After all, Scarlett's a type of red.
Okay. Hi, Scarlett. I'm Sophie. Can I just say that your pajamas are absolutely adorable? Where did you buy them?
The Amazon?
Huh?
She means Amazon.
Oh, nice.
Hi, I'm Janet. I'm Christina's older sis.
Christina's older sis. Wait, where's Christina?
I don't know.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Christina, get your bottom. Emily ran before I disown you. You can't disown me. Mom will demolish you.
Human mothers do that?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't be so sure. If you got on the wrong side of our mom, you're digging your own grave.
Oh.
Anyways, I'm Christina. What's your name?
I'm Scarlett.
Oh, that's such a pretty name. Sure beats the cleverness in the name Janet. At least my name was well thought out, unlike yours, which Dad came up with 2 seconds after Mom gave birth to you. After looking at the nurse's name tag.
They're twins, so they don't look nor act alike.
I see. Okay, that's enough pep talk for now. So, what do you guys feel like doing?
How about we watch a movie?
Oh my gosh, yes! Oh, that doesn't mean we're watching what you pick, Janet. I didn't say I was picking, Christina.
Okay, so
I'll go first. I say we watch a scary movie.
Camp Rock?
Well, damn, Chris. I was talking about Carrie or Pet Cemetery. Then you bashed my childhood.
anyways, you don't talk too much. I was thinking we should watch Coraline. You know, the one about the girl and the button eyes and that other mother.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. I was thinking Hocus Pocus, or Halloween Town, or how about Harry Potter? Is Harry Potter even a Halloween movie? I mean, it's got witches and mythical creatures.
I'm not too familiar with Harry Potter. I don't think any of us are. What about you, Scarlett?
Kind of.
Scarlett. What do you feel like watching?
Vampires?
Finally, someone with some taste. I have the perfect idea of what to watch.
Oh, not this again.
We should watch.
I want to go home.
See, even the weather agrees. Y'all just don't have good taste.
Good taste? The whole series is about a werewolf and a vampire taking their shirts off in the woods, fighting over some white girl carrying the side which ties harder than the other. Okay, but not gonna lie, Jacob's my
Ew, werewolf boy? I'm Team Edward all the way.
Edward? The sweetest, brightest,
Cutest, most romantic being ever walked this planet. He's dead, you idiot. The sweetest, brightest, cutest, most romantic walking corpse to be on this planet.
But vampires aren't walking corpses. They're born, live for a couple of centuries, and disintegrate when they pass away. I mean, based upon the books I've read, that is.
Red, the Twilight whatever series is a joke. Seriously, don't pay any attention to them.
You're only saying that to rude Sophie on Jacob being about to pick for Bella, even though she chooses Edward.
I'm not agreeing to any of that. At least he didn't abandon her.
At least Edward doesn't smell like a wet dog.
At least Jacob doesn't sparkle like a freaking tutu.
Okay, I think that's enough. So how about we do some makeup? We can do Halloween looks.
Oh, that's a great idea.
I mean, it beats listening to Jan and Sophie's description of what nightmares are made of.
Exactly. I'm sick and tired of hearing Sophie and Janet bicker about who's the harder guy. They're both fictional. They're real to me.
Same here. Yeah, which makes it worse.
Okay. Anyways, Scarlett, how about we do your makeup first?
Oh, gee, I don't know. Are you sure?
Yeah, of course. We don't mind.
I think I have some makeup in my bag. Check.
We should take a snap photo before we do our faces.
Oh, God, no.
Why not?
Because it's weird.
You're weird.
Scarlett didn't come out. I'll take it again. Nope, nothing.
Take it again.
Right. Hey, I'm going. How am I not getting Scarlett in? She's right there.
That is weird.
Maybe that's the universe telling you that you suck. Shut up, Chris. What do I do? How do I distract out? Just do it.
Hey, maybe it's the things Robin watches on YouTube. I think they're called story times.
BuzzFeed Unsolved, I love their supernatural series.
And I'm the weird one. Oh my gosh. How about we tell scary stories?
Why not?
I'll go first. I'll go. I've got one. Well, that's a first. Shut up. Anyways, y'all live in a street called Midnight Avenue.
Mm-hmm. It's next to our school, no?
Yeah, my dad told me not to go near there. A lot of weird things happen in that place.
Yeah, didn't something happen over there?
Well, supposedly, a lot of ghosts and supernatural beings live on that place. The theory is that there's a clan of immortal beings. The point is that not a lot of people go there because of all the paranormal crap that happens there.
It's funny you say that because my mom
Isn't your mom superstitious, and
she is, which is why I wonder why. No, it's not important. You can continue.
well, one time, I was walking home late from soccer, and my feet were really tired. So since Midnight Avenue was a shortcut to my street, I decided to stroll through. And while I was walking, I expected to see something weird or shady.
Don't tell me! You got stalked by a ghost!
What? No.
You thought I was going!
Stop it, I got up. Yeah, Janet. That includes the werewolf too. Dang it. Anyways, I walked and walked and walked until I seen a bat turn into a person. You good, Fred?
I'm fine. There's no way that happened.
Well, why would I be telling you if it wasn't real?
Because there is no way that you saw a bat turn into a person unless you saw a vampire!
Oh my god. You know what? Whatever. I don't care what you guys think. Anyone going next?
Oh,
I'll go next. Though it's more of a legend rather than a first-hand ghost encounter. Have any of you guys heard about these?
no.
Well, the legend goes that there was a midnight beast who also happened to reside in Midnight Avenue. He was called the Midnight Beast because he took form of a lot of different creatures, so no one really knows what it really was. He was known for wreaking havoc and causing panic. Legend says if you wish to summon the thing, you say a chant.
What kind?
It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Midnight Beast, come alive.
Who said that?
Scarlet, you're back.
Sophie was just telling us about the legend of the Midnight Beast.
You know anything about it, Red?
Yeah, I've known this story ever since I was 12. My family talks about it a lot.
I was just saying the chant that supposedly summons the monster.
My papa always says to never, ever, ever, ever say that chant. Just to avoid bad luck.
Yeah, but it didn't actually work though, right?
Well, I wouldn't be so sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Midnight Beast, come on!
Guys, we really shouldn't mess around.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Midnight Beast,
should run. Emily, whatever you do not say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, midnight beast, come alive. Did we just? I hope not. I don't think we did. Oh, okay, yeah, we did. Is it gone? I hope so. I'm not sure. What do you mean you're not sure?
Well, what she meant to say is that she has no freaking clue what's going on right now.
I think we summoned a monster.
I know!
Never mind all that. We need to get out of here in case that monstrous thing wants to bury one of us.
Okay, well, let's not jump to conclusions. We don't know if it actually wants to eat us.
It's a monster.
Okay, guys, I think we're gonna get killed. So before we die, I think we should tell each other secrets.
That's the stupidest
I
thing.
have big arguments in the shower. Sometimes I wear headphones to secretly listen to people's conversations.
I still sleep with a night light. Sometimes I don't like my phone lights. I really like the way
I hate every single one of you.
I really think Addams Family is really cool too. I actually think Jake is really cool too, even though he's a total weirdo. And Christina, if we die, I just want you to know I never actually hated you. Same here.
I'm jealous of my mom's dumb cat.
Guys, I also have a confession to make.
Emily, what is he doing?
Me and Scarlett have been trying to hide this from you, but you guys have to know.
There's a bat up there! It's turning to a girl!
That's Scarlet, you
Guys, Scarlett's a vampire! What?
She said Scarlet's a
What? Scarlett's a what? Scarlett's a what? Scarlett's a vampire!
Scarlet's a vampire. I got it. I got it. Is it gone? I think so. What did she do? Emily, your mother strictly told you not to do anything reckless like summoning the Midnight Beast. By saying that chant, you summoned the inner beast within Cackles.
You mean Cackles was a monster?
Cackle what? It's not a little monster. It's just a little beastie.
I still don't get it. What are you trying to say?
Well, Cackles is just a little bit different than me. He's a little beastie, and I'm a vampire. So, Ray, you're the one I saw in Midnight Avenue? Yes. I knew it was you all along. I was just waiting for these tryharders to figure it out.
Whoa, you knew? You knew and you never told me?
Well,
I've been looking like an idiot talking about vampires in front of a vampire! I could have been living out my twilight dreams if I'd known.
well, I don't know if you should see the series. Of course I've seen it. I dragged my older brother to the cinema, and he absolutely loved it.
And you would never ever call it.
No.
Do you drink blood?
What?
Oh my god, Christine, you can't just have vampires if they drink blood.
Oh, my me. But yeah, just like in the Twilight movies, my family and I hunt down animals. But you guys are just a bunch of lovely human friends to me.
Speaking of, Twilight, are you Team Edward
Or Jacob. None. I'm Team Alice.
Oh! Vampires 1, werewolves 0!
Okay, now this is what I call a sleepover.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely better than monster terrorizing a house.
Yeah, about that. And what's your mom gonna say when you let out the inner beast in her dog?
I mean, she doesn't have to know.
Well, darling, I hate to break it to you, but I know everything. Mom! Wow, you are back way too soon. You were talking about Be Funny and Cackles.
Sweetheart, I never left. I saw everything that happened.
But we saw you leave.
Well, I did leave for the party, but after I saw Scarlett getting all nervous having to hide that she was a vampire, I decided to watch you through my magic.
Magic?
Your Aunt Sabrina lent her crystal ball at the party. Anyway, I decided to mess with you guys until I could get Scarlett to admit her true self so that she would feel much better.
Mess with us? What do you mean?
I think what your mom is trying to say, Em, is that your mom is a witch.
There's no way. spa that could teach you about vampires and their powers and history.
I'll be more than happy to teach you guys.
Whoa!
Mrs. Salem, please teach me how to be a witch. I really want to learn how to get on my sister's nerves. Me too.
Girl, you're done. You're done.
I want to learn spells and how to write a broom. I wouldn't mind if Fred taught me to take us some blood sucker.
I guess that settles it then.
By the way, Mrs. Salem, what spell did you use to cause that blackout?
What blackout, dear? Oh, well, it looks like our ghost friends are getting into the spirit of Halloween.
So, sometimes a nightmare moment on stage gets told over and over and over again until it becomes a legend and we never even know if it really ever happened for real or not. One of these stories actually comes from a musical called West Side Story. Have you seen it? Yes, it's 60 years old. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. There's a new movie coming out about it. Anyway, in the show, and I hope I don't ruin it for anybody because it is 60 years old, at the end of the movie, the character that I played once, Tony, gets the news that the girl that he's in love with and going to run away with was killed by another character named Chino. And so he runs around saying, Chino, get me too, kill me too. He doesn't want to live. It's all based on Romeo and Juliet, you know, all this tragedy. So Chino has this gun, and he's searching around trying to find Tony, and he's supposed to shoot Tony. He goes to shoot him, and the gun doesn't work. He keeps trying, and it doesn't go, it doesn't do anything. He goes, what am I going to do? I have to kill him. There's something I have to do. And he looks down and sees his shoe, and goes, poisoned boot, and kicks Tony. Tony has to go with it. He makes, okay, poison on the boot. All right, I'm dying. And dies. We don't know if it's actually true, but it's been told enough that we think it actually has happened. However, there is a story like this that I know is true for sure. Hector Guerrero, who is the only person on the West Coast who is certified by the Jerome Robbins Foundation, Jerome Robbins being the original director and choreographer of West Side Story, to set his choreography and direction. He tells his story about the European tour. So after Tony dies, Maria, the girl who was supposed to be dead but isn't, grabs the gun from Chino, and it's supposed to say, Chino, how many bullets left? One for you, pointing at everybody. One for you, and one left for me. She doesn't actually shoot herself, but the show goes on. Well, one night, she's doing that. Chino, how many bullets are left? Chino, one for you, and one for bang! And she stops dead, and accidentally has shot one of the shark girls. Pardon my language. The shark girl, going with it, looks down, looks at Maria, and says, bitch, and falls down dead. I just thought, the presence of mind to be in the moment and just go with it, and like I said, you've got to cover what happens. She shot the gun, somebody's got to receive the bullet somewhere. So, anyway, so that one I know for sure is true. All right, we are ready for our next number. This is the traditional song La Llorona, sung by Nari Guzman.
For now we have guests on our hands. Just follow my lead, dear sisters. I put a spell on you. And now you're mine. You can't stop the things I do. I ain't lying.
It's been 300 years, right down to the day.
I put a spell on you. And now
So strong, so strong.
We hope everybody's enjoying the show. We're going to take a 15-minute intermission. Go ahead and feel free to enjoy the snacks in the back of the concessions, as well as take a potty break, and we'll be back to you in 15. Thanks so much.
Nighttime sharpens, heightens each sensation. Darkness stirs and wakes imagination. Turn your face away from the garish light of day. Turn your thoughts away from cold unfeeling light. Slowly, gently, night unfurls its splendor. Grasp it, sense it, tremulous and tender. Turn your face away from the garish light of day. Turn your thoughts away from cold, unfeeling light. And listen to the music of the night. Close your eyes and surrender to your darkest dreams. Purge all thoughts of the world you knew before. Close your eyes, let your spirit start to soar. And you live as you've never lived before. Softly, gently, music shall caress you. Hear it, feel it, secretly possess you. Let the dream begin, let your fantasies unwind in this darkness which you know you cannot fight. The darkness of the music of the night. Let your mind start a journey to a strange new world. Leave all thoughts of the world you knew before. Let your soul take you where you long to be. Only then can you belong to me. Floating, falling, sweet intoxication. Touch me, trust me, savor each sensation. Let the dream begin, let your darker side give in. You alone can make my song take flight. Help me make the music of the night. thank you very much. I've resisted for years in singing during the one acts or performing with the students, and I've told them every time, I was like, it's about you. I want it to be about you. You get the chance to perform. I perform a lot. I get my opportunities, even though all the stories tonight are about me, but I wanted them to have their own experience. I guess I'm just getting a little, worn down in my old age and not as solid in my convictions, and let them talk me into it this time. So thank you for indulging me. All right. So every year, when we talk about the shows that we are going to do, I always want the students to have some buy-in and some vote in what we do. I felt like if they have buy-in, then they will want to do part of the show. They want to be in it. They want to get their friends in it. They want to be involved, and it drives this excitement, and everybody comes, and we have this great time together. So every year, we get together, I make suggestions, they make suggestions, we talk about it, we debate about it, we talk about, what fits with the students we have, what fits in the time period that we have, all of that kind of stuff. And this year was no different. We got together, everybody made suggestions, we talked, we debated, we went back and forth, what works for us, what doesn't, what would be the best show for the students that we have this year, and we voted. And this year, in April, we will bring you this musical. All of the Easter break. This is such a delightful, fun show. It's all full of the ABBA music, like you can tell, and it's just so much fun. I've done Mamma Mia, played different parts in it for 5 different times, and this will be my 6th production. I'm not tired of it. It is just such a delightful show. In fact, the whole show ends with a sing-along with the audience, so come join us. It's a great, wonderful time. All right, so to kick us off, we have another solo number, Karis Legaspi. It's popular.
Someone less fortunate than I, let's face it, less fortunate than I, my tender heart tends to start to bleed. And when someone needs a makeover, I simply have to take over. I know exactly what they need. And even in your case, though it's the toughest case I've yet to face, don't worry, I'm determined to succeed. Follow my lead, and yes, you're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper voice when you talk to boys. Little ways to flirt and bounce. I'll show you
Will you protest your disinterest? I see clandestiny. You're gonna grin and bear popularity because of me, no. You'll be popular because quite popular.
All right, another one of my stories. I hope they're not getting too boring for you. I hope you're enjoying this. While they're making this next change, sometimes we think we've got everything under control, we've got it, we handle it. There's nobody in the world that can mess up something except yourself. Then nature decides to mess with you. I was doing a pageant in New Mexico, around the Four Corners area, called Newsies, about the Hopi and Navajo Nation. And I was playing a missionary. I was one of the good missionaries. I treated the native people very well. Anyway, so in the play, I was supposed to say this prayer in Navajo, and I had to learn Navajo from some of the native speakers. And so I started the prayer. And I breathed in. And we're outdoors. Did I mention that? Outdoors on this beautiful sand stage, big rocks behind us. I breathe in, and a gnat gets stuck in my throat. And I can't breathe. And so I have to continue with the prayer. I get to the end of the prayer, I finish the scene, I go off stage, and a few of the cast look at me and go, "Oh, that was so touching. You got so emotional during the prayer. It was so touching." And I didn't have the heart to tell them I wasn't emotional at all. I couldn't breathe. I had a bug in my throat. But I had to go on because that's what we do. So, anyway, all right, our next performance is directed by Karis Legaspi. I'll have her come out and talk to you about it.
Hi everyone, welcome to the One Act. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, this is my One Act. I had a really hard journey with the One Act. It was a lot of, I want to do this, but no, that didn't end up happening. And it was really difficult, but I'm really proud of what I got on the stage today. It's a duet of Crazier Than You from the Addams Family, and it's really cool because the guy playing Lucas in this One Act was supposed to, when we were supposed to do it 2 years ago. And it's really cool to see like how he was when he was rehearsing it way back when, and see him finally get to do it now. It's really exciting. And then Olivia, who's playing Wednesday, she's just been super dedicated throughout this entire process. She's been with me through thick and thin. I literally talked to her, I was like, "Hey, I think I have to change my One Act because things aren't working out." And she's like, "Okay, what do you need from me?" And like, that's what I love about theater in general, is you got those people who are just gonna be there no matter what happens. And so I really hope you enjoy this One Act. We put in a lot of hard work. So just enjoy.
Finally begun.
not direct.
I never asked that of you.
But in this moment, I know I've changed. I wanna climb Mount Frisco to Mozambique. I wanna be in full sleep, want to be unique. Can you believe I mean it when you hear me shriek? I'm crazier than you, I'm crazier than you, and now I'll bring to you exactly how. I'm crazier than you, I'll do what you can do. From here on in, I give my soul and vow. Pierce the apple, not the liver, while we're dancing on my grave. Can't shoot that big old red. Pretend my life must be real, real. Laughing you and losing feel not I'm crazier than you, I'm crazier than you, and we're not you have control. I'm crazier than you, so say you love me too. From here you're singing to my soul, my
disrespect me, little man. You arrogance on trial. You're in my world now, not your world. I got friends on the other side.
He's got friends on the other side.
That's natural, gentlemen. What is something we have in Louisiana? A little fun. Don't worry. Sit down at my table. Put your minds at ease. If you relax, you'll enable me to do anything I please. I can read your future. I can change your brown stuff too. I look deep into your heart and soul. You have a soul, don't you, Lawrence? Make your wildest dreams come true. I got voodoo, I got voodoo, I got things I need to try. I've got friends on the other side.
He's got friends on the other side.
Cards, the cards will tell. The past, the present, and the future as well. Cards, just take 3. Take a trip into your future with me. Now you, young man, are from across the sea. You come from 2 long lines of royalty. I'm royal myself, my mother's side. Your lifestyle's high, but your funds are low. You get a little money from standing on low. Oh yeah, you could draw a palm playboy. Now you gotta get hypnotize you down. You just want to be free, hop from place to place. But freedom takes greens. It's the green you need. And when I look into your future, it's the green that I see. Oh, you little man, don't wanna waste much time. You've been pushed around all your life. You've been pushed around by your mother and your sister and your brother. If you was married, you'd be pushed around by your wife. But in your future, the you I see is exactly the man you've always wanted to be. Shake my hand. Come on, boys, won't you shake a poor sinner's hand? Yes. Are you ready? Are you ready? Transformation Central. Reformation Central. Transmogrification Central. Can you feel it? You're changing, alright. I hope you're satisfied. But if you ain't, don't blame me. You can blame my friends on the other side.
I've been telling you a few stories that end up being funny or whatever, but sometimes the nightmares that happen on stage actually result in some serious injury and sometimes even death. It is a very dangerous place to work because of the heavy things that hang above our heads and so forth. We have tons of safety protocols to make sure nobody gets hurt. Unfortunately, sometimes it happens. It nearly happened in a production I did of Miss Saigon, which is about the Vietnam War and the fall of the U.S. Embassy in 1975. In that scene, all of us of the military, all of us Marines, we're holding on these gates that are on wheels and moving them around. Very intricate choreography of these gates moving around and those playing the Viennese. They're screaming and yelling, trying to get into the helicopter that lifts up. It's very, very spectacular and dramatic. In the middle of the scene, my friend Robert goes to take care of his gate, and something made him trip at the edge of the stage, and he started to fall headfirst into the orchestra pit, which is 10 feet below the stage with a cement floor. He was about to crack his head open at the edge in the orchestra pit, and Harrison, one of the other actors, sees him falling and reaches down with one arm and grabs him by the front of his shirt, and he's just holding on for dear life. And Robert's gripping white knuckles on the edge of the stage, about to fall, and all Harrison could say was, "Not on my watch, not on my watch, you're gonna fall to your death in my show." This Harrison, with all of this adrenaline pumping through him, with one arm, pulls this 200-pound muscular guy out of the pit, up onto the stage. We all sighed a great relief as we all went on to the next scene, knowing that we nearly lost someone that night. After the show, a few of the audience members went, "Oh my gosh, that was so amazing. That moment with the guy falling and you caught him and all this stuff, that was so amazing. How did you choreograph that? How did you do that? Do you do that every single night?" And we didn't have to tell, we just couldn't tell them that they nearly saw somebody die in front of them. So, like I said, when mistakes happen, we go with it. And luckily, he didn't die that night. So, all right. Our next performance was directed by Emma Marillion. I'll have her come out and talk to you about it.
Hey guys, are you guys enjoying the show? Okay, so when I was a freshman, I auditioned for the one act, and I got cast in this little show called How to Succeed in High School Without Really Trying, directed by Amanda Wallace. And it was so much fun, and I got to know so many people, and I knew that when I was a senior, I was gonna have to direct one. And as I was looking for a show, I found the Hallmarks of Horror, and it reminded me so much of my first show, and I knew I had to do it, because it was big enough that I could get like 20 people on the stage tonight. And it's so funny, and it's the most one-act I think you guys will ever see. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of my cast, and I hope you guys are ready for the Hallmarks of Horror.
Thanks, Mom. Your orange juice is the best.
Yeah, fresh squeezed, not concentrated. Unlike Peterson's orange juice.
Yeah.
Well, of course I only want what's best for my family. No preservatives, lots of vitamins, and...
Great taste.
Mom, you're terrific. When I grow up, I hope I'm a cool mom, just like you.
Aww.
I'm sure you will be, Jamie.
Oh, and speaking of just like you, Tammy will be here at any moment.
Oh, how nice, Tim.
Well, I'm not sure you go. That this book never fits in my bag properly. Well, it sure is convenient you're going steady with the girl next door today.
Convenient for her, you mean? I'm the one with the driver's license. Nah, JK. She's totally nifty. Hi, pudding pie.
Hi, Peachy Pumpernickel. Now you kids be safe driving to school. Obey all the traffic signs, Timmy.
You got it, Mom. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, Dad. How's my favorite family? Swell. And how's my favorite family member be, eh? Dad.
Hi, Mr. McGillicuddy.
Listen up, babe. Before you're on off, I've got some important news. I just got a promotion at work today, so this weekend we're all going to Tahiti. Yay! And Tammy, that means you too.
Wow, thanks, Mr. McGillicuddy. My hero.
Well, of course. I only want the best for my family. Bring it in, Snugglebug.
Nice family, huh?
Everything is right in the world.
A little slice of perfect.
What could go wrong?
Well,
Nothing.
but this, something shivery.
Something shivery.
Something creepy.
Something freaky.
Disarming.
Alarming.
Terrible.
Horrible.
Something scary. We have the scary list. Before we come back to our cute, happy family, we thought a quick lesson in the Hallmarks on Horror might be in order.
You've probably been exposed to these formulas of fright in every scary movie you've ever seen.
There are some basic principles
Rules, if you will,
that make common things scary.
and scary things worse.
Where should we start?
The basics.
Hallmarks of Horror, category number 1.
The dark.
Evil is not well lit.
When we can't see, our imaginations go bonkers.
We think we see things.
We think we hear things.
Who knows might be just lurking inches away from us.
Think about it. Darkness makes lurking possible.
Yeah, who's never heard of anybody lurking in a bright light?
Oh, come on.
Not
scary.
Dang it.
Ever notice on the movies, no one ever turns on the lights?
A normal person would turn on every single light in that house.
But no! They light up a match or turn on a lighter.
And if they're lucky, they find a flashlight. Come on, work! Please, work!
Which, of course, had bad batteries or flickering bulbs.
Thank goodness!
Ooh, scary flashlight face.
Perfect for telling ghost stories at the campfire. When the moon is full and you can still be seen whimpering to these fairy campfires with his head tucked beneath his arm! Scary!
All thanks to the darkness.
Hallmarks of horror, category number 2. The mainstays of horror. Cobwebs. I mean, please, let's not play! Please! Fog. Snakes, bugs, or anything crawling. Of course, a nuance here is slime.
Anything slimy?
Always scary. Ghosts, vampires, werewolves, and monsters. Of course, it is also common for some evil villain to even have an army of monsters at his or her disposal. Scary? Scary. And having been very recently added to the Hallmarks of Horror Mainstays list, the Hockey Mask Chainsaw Combo. In the mainstays category, we also have any abandoned place, abandoned amusement parks, abandoned hospitals, abandoned mental asylums, sanatoriums, sanitariums, laboratories, mines, warehouses, ships, abandoned sinister subways, and of course the abandoned mansion at the end of Spook Hill Road. All scary. Apparently, when people move out, evil moves in. An honorable mention in this category, though not necessarily an abandoned place, the tool shed out back. If you see a tool shed in a horror movie, you know it's gonna get messy in there. Yet, in the middle of the night, when a psychic killer's known to be on the loose, female helpless teenage girls are somehow compelled to explore the tool shed out back alone.
Hello? Hello? I thought I heard a sound, so I left all my friends to come investigate, all by myself. Hello? Is anybody there? Ah! Are you the psycho killer who's wanted for hurting harmless teenage girls in backyard tool sheds throughout suburbia?
Hello, Julie. That's me, Dr. Zimmerman.
My orthodontist. Thank goodness.
Hey! Hallmarks of Horror category number 3.
Horrifying objects.
Brains?
Scary.
Particularly when found outside of someone's head.
For reasons unknown, a surprising amount of monsters enjoy your brains.
Cauliflower? Scary.
Scary. Based on a recent study, it's been determined that cauliflower makes an excellent brain substitute. Even zombies can't tell the difference.
Broccoli?
Not scary. Though despised throughout the universe, broccoli is not scary.
Aside from excellent nutritional value, broccoli has the very surprisingly going for it.
And it'll never fool a zombie. Can we get a game? Cauliflower?
Come and get it, Jay!
Really, the dusty looking books are scary.
Ominous doors are scary.
Dolls are scary!
Hallmarks of horror category number 4.
Scary music. You've probably noticed that scary music makes scary objects way scarier.
Let's take a look at that doll again without the scary music.
Not scary. Scary music can be eerie.
It can be weird.
It can be violent.
Or just plain startling.
That's a scare chord.
A scare chord is meant to get the viewer to jump clean out of their chair.
Or wet their pants. Gruesome sound effects also fit into this category.
In a visual cue that scare the pants off the audience, some kind of slimy, sticky, crunchy sound effect will seal the deal.
Scary. And the last addition to this category is the scream. Scary. And also probably bad for your ear health.
Much like scary music, a good blood-curdling scream immediately cues the scare center of your brain to stand at attention and salute.
Hallmark's horror category number 5. The supernatural item of doom.
The supernatural item of doom is a crazy enemy because it just seems like an ordinary, inanimate object.
But on the inside, it's pure evil and would just love to control you.
And it doesn't have your best interests in mind.
One subset of the supernatural item of doom is the beckoning item.
Come on, Jimmy, I'm ready. We should go.
So beautiful.
We're going to be late.
Don't you hear it calling?
Hear what calling?
I can't resist. It would be foolish to resist.
Jimmy, ours are still waiting for us. Jimmy, Jimmy!
What do you wish of me? I only care to do your bidding.
Another subset of the supernatural item of doom is the supernatural item
Of death.
Jimmy, what are you doing? Why are you putting the ball like that? Why are you talking to it?
Silence! She doesn't understand. She'll never understand. But I will always be your humble servant. What? Master! No! Please, no!
So young.
So sad. Now I have to replace him though.
Scary.
Hallmarks of horror category number 6. Common horror concepts. Teenagers making out. In a horror flick, if you see a set of teens making out, they'll probably be dead within the next 10. The horror here is much more likely to be a lone kid or the innocent girl who somehow overcomes her core jury and summons the strength of 10 men to defeat the face of evil. Transformations. Transformations can vary from a good person slowly succumbs to evil to all outfits will change. Whatever it is, it's not inappropriate. Completely useless barricades. Example number 1. Get the box! Get the box! Get the other! Get the other! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! Completely useless barricades. Example number 2. Absurdly effective barricades. Grab the chair! Grab the chair! Put it down! What are you doing? Put it down!
Chair? Really? I thought we agreed on no chairs. Come on, guys. This is fair.
Weird and
and not scary.
It still sometimes happens.
In horror, phones are dead and never have reception in emergency situations.
The common exception here is when the victim is hiding.
Nobody ever remembers to turn off their phone when they're in hiding.
Attack of the monster appendage.
Scary.
Attack of the killer.
Whatever. Attack of the relentless stalking psycho killer.
He is not a snazzy dresser.
A long sleeve shirt, jeans or overalls, a pair of work boots, and a cheap mouse with just on it.
Nothing seems to stop this guy.
He's a nightmare having a bad day.
Ghouls might knock him down,
but give him a minute or two and he'll be right back up again.
grabbing and hacking just seems to annoy him.
Perhaps the best trait of RSPK is that he never runs.
He never drives.
He's just kind of a brisk walker.
But no matter how slowly he seems to be walking
or how fast you run,
he is always one step behind.
He's never tired.
And he will catch you.
Unless you're the lucky one that gets to ride past that in the movie.
Which means you're probably a single female.
It might seem like the RSPK is dead at the end of the show,
but not really. We're gonna need him back in the next 7 sequels.
And finally, the last entry to come with our concept category is
the car never starts. It can be old clunker.
A brand new Mercedes.
The most reliable car in the world.
If you're trying to get away from the bad guy,
it ain't starting.
Hey guys, what's up? Nigga here. Don't worry about it. Hallmark of horror category number 7. Scary actions.
Being followed.
Oh shit! Someone's chasing me. That's not very good. Get out of here.
Scary. If you're a female being followed in a horror, you will trip and fall.
A lot.
Please, no. Please, help me. Please. No, nothing from me. No. Go that way. Staring is scary. Staring even makes happy things scary.
Staring while immobile is scary, but staring while moving forward slowly,
even scarier.
Hey, class. Oh my god.
The scary keep, bobble, and drop. Oh my god!
The scary ankle drag.
Scary. The scary is hit, drop, and run.
In this scenario, the victim is being chased by an assailant, but then comes across a weapon to fend the attacker off. The victim trips, then comes across the weapon and uses it to stun the attacker.
But instead of hitting the attacker again, the victim drops the weapon
Right into the attacker.
and continues running. The killer quickly recovers.
The victim trips.
The killer tackles after the victim. And the whole thing starts all over again. Scary.
But also highly ridiculous. Hey, what's up?
you. It's not you again. I'm talking awkward.
Hallmark support category number 8. Classic horror verbiage. These aren't famous quotes from horror movies. These are spoken lines that always pop up in horror.
It's not safe.
Or,
this isn't safe.
Or,
it's not safe here anymore.
Cold. Or,
So cold.
Or,
Feel that?
feel what?
That ghostly chill?
Of course, no killing on the loose horror That is right. So now that we've grown up on these creatures of fear, let's go back to that perfectly happy nuclear family we saw at the top of the show.
What better testing ground for the hallmarks of horror?
Yes, in order for these pieces of paint to the test, we're going to take the most pleasant,
harmonious,
and idyllic family scenario imaginable. Log in!
Like a gruesome grenade of ghastliness, the hallmarks of horror!
Thanks, Mom. Your orange juice is the best.
It's your slime!
So the best!
Yeah. Fresh squeezed. Is this from concentrate? This is worse than the Newsies orange juice. Yuck.
Intense stare!
Mom, scared!
Well, of course, I only want what's best for my family. No preservatives. Lots of brains.
Great taste. Gee, Mom, you sure are terrific. When I grow up, I'm a cool mom just like you. The door.
Scary flashlight face.
You'll be Jamie. You'll be just like me.
Speaking of just like you, Tammy will be here at any moment.
Lurking in the dark!
Glowing eyes.
Really old looking dusty book!
Well, I'm almost ready to go. It's simply I've never penciled my back properly. Well, sure is convenient you're going steady with the girl next door, Tim.
The supernatural beckoning item of doom.
Convenient for her, you mean? Where'd you get that book?
School? Don't you think she's totally nifty?
Yeah, she's okay. That book. It's beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. I love it. Yes, Master!
Hi, Flynn Five.
Hi, Peachy Pumpernickel.
Transformation!
Dad, is that you? Mom?
You got her, Mom.
Dad? Wow.
Oh! Hi, Miss Milliken.
Full transformation.
Yay!
so cold.
Step out and go to try. Go, go, go.
The car never starts. I'm gonna try to do it when he fights society.
Teenagers, lay down.
Let's kiss for love.
But no, you have to go home. Dead. Scream.
Again.
Anything on the phone, will Japan fall.
It's scary. Hey, don't run.
Thank you.
I already surrounded you.
The scary out there monsters?
I scary out your monsters.
No, you know what? I read about this very thing in my history book. I'll go get it. You stay here. Yeah. Just like right here. Get a load of this.
Information that is just too much for the human mind to handle.
It's me. I'm the one. The last one standing. I'm the shy, innocent girl who somehow overcomes her coy introversion. Summon's the strength of 10 men to defeat the face of evil.
Scary.
Let his flesh not be torn, let his blood leave no stain. Though they beat him, let him feel no pain. Let his bones never break, and however they try to destroy him, let him never die, let him never die. What good is this chanting? I don't even know what I'm reading. I don't even know what trick I gotta try. Fear, where are you? Already dead and bleeding. One more disaster I can add to my generous supply. No good deed goes unpunished. No act of charity goes unresented. No good deed goes unpunished. That's my creed. My good intentions let their subtle doorways lead. No good deed goes unpunished. One question haunts and hurts. Too much to mention. Am I only seeking good or just seeking attention? Is that all good deeds are? When the devil in the night will die. If that's all good deeds are, then maybe that's the reason why. No good deed goes unpunished. All of the legends should be circumvented. No good deed goes unpunished. Dragon well and unlamented. All of enough, so be it then. Let all odds be agreed. I'm wicked through and through. Since I cannot succeed, fear of saving you. I promise no good deed will I attempt to do again. Never again. No good deed will I die.
impressed every time our students perform, impressed by the incredible talent and ability that they have. Before my last story, we get into the last one act, I would like to give a special thank you to Mr. Vermillion, Mr. Hogan for our sound and lighting design. And also to our parents who volunteered to help us this whole week with the tickets and the concessions and our potluck this afternoon. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you all. While they are setting up for this last thing, I know some costume changes are happening. I want to tell you my most embarrassing story ever. I'm doing a show called Lucky Stiff. If you've ever seen the movie Weekend at Bernie's, it's the same kind of idea where you have to pretend that a dead man is alive and pass him off as alive throughout the whole show. My character gets a letter from his uncle who tells him he has been killed and now he needs to take him to Monte Carlo for the week and pretend that he is alive and follow all of these steps to earn $6 million of inheritance by the end. There is also another character who is following him the whole time, and she is making sure that he follows every step, because if he doesn't, her charity, the Universal Dog Home of Brooklyn, then will get the $6 million. Many crazy things happen, mistaken identities, missing bodies, and all this kind of thing. At one point, the body actually gets accidentally stolen by a hotel maid, at this moment, my character and the girl, who are trying not to fall in love with each other and are, decide that the only thing they can do is kind of just get drunk and forget about it. So my character gets drunk, and the next scene is him having fallen asleep, and it's a complete nightmare retelling of the whole play up to that moment. And what I had to do was get out of my nice tux, and I had on a tank top type of t-shirt and some boxer shorts, actually, that covered spandex shorts as well as another set of underwear. So I was 3 layers deep. It wasn't like I was naked by any means. It just looked like it, right? So I then get into the sheets, and then everybody comes on stage and pulls the covers down, and we go into this whole nightmare section. 3 weeks into the run, I'm taking off I get the tuxedo off, and I climb into the bed, and I pull the covers up, and I think, oh, these sheets are nice and cool. It was so hot in the theater, and I went, oh no, I forgot to underdress my tank top and the boxers. And in about a minute, I'm going to be revealed, and I'm going to look like a Ken doll with nothing but tan spandex shorts on. So I think frantically, I gotta cover myself. So I reach down off the side of the bed to find my tux pants and pull them on underneath the covers, kicking and looking like I'm having this incredible nightmare, which I was, and finally get them clipped as the characters come in and pull the covers down and reveal me. So I at least have my pants on, but my bare chested. And so every actor who came on after that would do this. They'd look at my eyes, look at my bare chest, look at my eyes, look at my bare chest, wondering what the world is going on. Well, we get through the scene and it's all fine, it worked out. The very next scene, I'm supposed to sing about this girl that I've fallen in love with and get dressed into my tux. I thought, oh, that'll work, I've already got my pants on. And then I look down and realize that the suspenders are not only between my legs, but they're inside the pants, between my legs. So I have to, anyway, take the pants off in front of 1,000 people and look like a Ken doll naked anyway. So I thought, okay, well, we made it happen. I got through it, and it's never happening again. I'm never forgetting to underdress myself. 6 months later, I'm doing the exact same show at a different theater. I take my tux pants off, I take off the tux shirt, I climb into the sheets, I pull the blanket up, and I realize I did it again. And I yell back to the stagehand behind the bed, I say, I did it again, and they all know because I told them the story, what has happened. And so they're communicating through the headset to the sound man to delay the music from starting so that I can reach down and grab the tux packs and do it all over again. My most amazing, terrifying, embarrassing story that has ever happened to me on stage. Thank you. Alright, so our next and last performance of the evening was directed by Josh Nira and Madeline Worthington. And here they are.
Hello everyone, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Rob.
And we present to you Newsies. So we've had a pretty spooky night so far, lots of terrifying things, but we thought we should end on a positive and, happy note. So what is Newsies? Well, Newsies is a Disney musical set around 1899 with these homeless newspaper boys who sell newspapers for a living. They don't make much money. Their entire livelihood changes when the newspaper company completely raises the prices on them. What do? They can't afford it. So the three leaders, Jack, Catherine, and Crutchy, come together to inspire the others, but they're all dejected because how do you go up against such a big company when you're just small newspaper boys? And we're gonna answer that question tonight. First of all, and second of all, thank you all for coming out to our closing show. It really means a lot to all of you guys for coming out. Thank you to the parents of the cast who let us steal their children for a ton of time. And thank you to the cast for coming out to the rehearsals. And to Madeline for being awesome.
And Josh for being awesome also. So yeah, this show has been amazing to direct. We've learned a lot, and we've all been working together. It's really more the cast show than it is ours, because we just work together so much. So yeah, it's going to be a really good show. It's a lot of energy. That means a lot of hype. So if you want a better show, get more energy. It feeds off the energy. It really does. So it's really real, really upbeat. So forget all theater etiquette. It's going to be really fun.
So let's practice. Are you guys ready? Yeah! Let's make some noise! That's D's for the day. Thank you.
Courage cannot erase our fear. Courage is when we face our fear. Tell those with power, safe in their tower, we will not obey. Behold the brave battalion that stands side by side, too few in number and too proud to hide, and sing to the others who did not follow through. You're still our brothers, and we will fight.
Come